Leo, my name is Echo and thank you for joining me for your money and career reading for May 2025. If you haven't taken a look at your tarot reading for the entire month and all of the energies that are present this month, go ahead and take a look. There is also a breakdown in there of how that last full moon we had in Scorpio was impacting your sign and what area of life this will be hitting, where your transformation will take place. But today we are going to read on your money and career. So let's go ahead and throw some cards for you today. You start off with the end of an era. So you are definitely looking to close out a cycle, Leo, and move forward in a very creative way. Leo is the fire, the lion, the passion, and you are a spark of divine creation wherever you go, Leo, whatever you put your heart into. But you're looking to close out a cycle at this time. And as we are talking about your money and career, it may be how your money can work for you and what you can create with it. Perhaps you feel like you're overgiving at some area and you're looking to close out whatever that is. If you have any subscriptions that are ticking over that need to be unsubscribed from, go ahead and do that because that puts a little more money in your pocket. But if there are also hobbies or habits or workspaces that you feel aren't really giving back and giving you that tangible and material evidence that they are fruitful, you're willing to let those go at this time as well. And this is good because this is just the energy that you want to be in. Next, with the Moon Oracle deck, you have, oh my goodness, Beaver Moon Creation. So we were just talking about getting rid of what didn't work so you can create something new and how you were the spark of divine creation. So I feel like this is, and it may just be me, you know, the pictures in this card are speaking to me very loudly with the scrolls and the charts sitting there beside her. But it's actually like somebody may be writing something. I feel like this could be you either like writing a resignation, either you're tapping out the email or you're handwriting the notes to translate them to an email, or you're putting forward notes and getting quotes on something you would like to create. I know that I have placements in Leo, which actually indicate that I'm going towards what does speak to my heart in a creative passion. So I did just tap out an email asking for quotes for a venue for an event that I run every year. So this may be you, but I feel like you're filling out resumes, you're putting in 2 weeks notice. There is something that you're writing. You may even be writing a song, writing a book, poetry. These are great ways to channel creative energy as well. But you're actually looking to do something that builds a solid foundation because this is the Beaver Moon. And beavers are all about building up dams. And they build those dams to actually sustain water for themselves. And some of them actually live within the dam for a time, which, you know, that's how they function. But they're very comfortable on land and water. So it says to me that you're in a transitional phase at this time, and you are looking to make sure that you lay solid foundations and have enough for yourself. But you're building something, you're creating something, and this is a great energy to be in because if you're talking about creating more money for yourself, this could mean side hustles that you're putting a little more effort into. Perhaps a creative project is something you're trying to make mainstream and step away from the other. But we're going to go ahead and throw some tarot cards and see where we can go from this because this is a great way to move forward. You have the Four of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Justice card in reverse. Okay, so the Mushroom Tarot deck, and I love this deck because it's, mushrooms are something that are very unassuming. They grow out in the forest. Some are good for us, some are bad for us. Some you can eat, some you can't, what have you. But I like them because they have a very fanciful sort of energy about them. They're very earth-based, and I am an earth hound. So Leo, you have the snow fungus here with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords are all about that which is blocking you and how you need to step forward from that energy. Is there something at this point that makes you feel like you're not capable of moving forward? You're keeping yourself in a space where you really don't need to. I feel like there's something at this time you'd like to address as far as communication goes. You've got something you need to say to somebody, and you're not really sure exactly how to do it, but you know it needs to be said. So if you're in a mental space at this time on whatever that communication needs to be, it could be like you're writing that email like we talked about, Leo, and I feel like I called you another sign. If so, apologies. But yeah, you're channeling a lot of other energy at this time from, I feel like there's someone very specific you need to communicate with. That may be why I tripped and called you another sign if I did. If I do, I do apologize because there's a lot going on with this reading. But if there is some sort of communication at this time that feels blocked and needs to move forward, if there's something that needs to cut through the BS so you can go forward, I feel like you're going to find a way to do that at this time. And you're going to put yourself in a mental space that is more clear than you are in, because you've got wishes, hopes, and dreams you want to work on at this time, Leo, and I don't see anybody or anything holding you back. Next, you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about gaining perspective on a situation. Now, looking at these mushrooms up close, you would think, yes, they are very large mushrooms. I'm going to pick one or two, and that will be enough to sustain me. But if you look further back, this vine is continuing, so there's more than just what you see, right? And you are changing your perspective. This is almost growing off the vine and hanging down, as the Hanged Man does in the cards, with the individual hanging upside down from the tree to gain perspective. Sometimes he is just tied to a post, but he is still hanging upside down. And the idea is that he is doing this not as a method of torture, but a method of meditation to himself, so he can gain wisdom, you know, with that blood rush to the head, they say, and kickstart new ideas and new perspective. So you are gaining a new perspective on how you're going to move forward, how you're going to manage your money, and perhaps how you make your money in the month of May, Leo. And it feels like you're going to use creative endeavors to do so and put a new spin on perhaps just what you do on the day-to-day to make it work for you, even if you're not looking to get away from a particular workspace in general. Next, you have the Justice card in reverse. So the Justice card says you can see where someone has done you dirty. You can see where they're taking advantage of your creativity. This may mean that someone has taken advantage of you in a way where they go so far as to take credit for your work, which as a Leo, I can imagine nothing would be more frustrating, right? Because we put our work out there so people can enjoy our unique touch, our divine spark, what we bring to the table. And when someone else takes your credit, it's not that you're upset about the accolades or, you know, look, I did this. That's not really what Leo is about. The proud lion is out there to say, this is what I made. This is what I created. This is how it's going to help the pack, right? Because lions lead an entire pride. It's not about you. This is about what you did for everyone around you. And you feel like if someone is stealing your accolades, it's not how they hurt you. It's how they're hurting the entire group, because you're a very heartfelt, passionate energy. And you know that whatever impacts you will also impact the entire community around you. So if you feel like someone has done you wrong or done you an injustice, this may be why you're reaching out with this communication and bringing an end to an era. Like, you've taken too much from me. I can't create when you're constantly bombarding me with limitations or stealing credit for my work. That's it. You don't get any more. I'm done. You're closing a door. If you're talking about a legal battle at this time where you feel like someone is actually coming after you, be sure you are paying off your debts and closing those out so you can begin fresh and new. We always do things in life that we're not proud of. This is just part of the human experience, but it's best to just let that be, let bygones be bygones. I'm hearing water under the bridge, and just move on with life. So if there is something that needs to be closed out that felt a little unfair, just pay your dues, move on, and continue all the wiser. So let's go ahead and drop a rune for you to see what we have coming for the month of May. And here you have the rune of the thorn Thurisaz. So the thorn that you bear against other people to say, hey, no more, this is enough, and defend yourself, can also be the rune that pricks you. So be sure when you're communicating, you're doing so in a way that has reason behind it and not just passion and fire. Because when we get fired up and we get angry, it can be very easy to say things like they are. And yeah, it may feel good in the moment, but it can close doors for you down the line if someone starts spreading rumors. Oh, they quit their job instantly without a 2 weeks notice and they said this. Well, a new potential employer could think that you are rude and you are unreliable based on someone else's opinion. I would hope that nobody is that unprofessional and inexperienced, but you never know what you're working with. This may mean that the divine spark you're putting out towards other people can also come back to bite you. So if you feel like there are plans and creations that you're working on at this time, somebody may steal, because I'm getting this energy somewhere in here. Somebody took credit for your work or didn't value it for what it was worth. Maybe it's best to keep it to yourself at this time until it is time for the big reveal, which is great because it puts that much more aha and surprise and amaze factor out there. So I like this reading for you, Leo. You are making great strides and making your career and your money work for you. My name is Echo, and I'm wishing you a very abundant May. I will see you next time.